Hello, my name is Joan and I'm a tour guide at the Chester Beatty. The Chester Beatty has a wonderful collection of over 900 snuff bottles, and today I have chosen just 3 of these to give you an idea of how beautiful they are. Snuff is ground tobacco flavoured with herbs and spices. It was introduced to the Imperial Palace in China by European Jesuits in the 16th century. As snuff boxes were not airtight, the snuff soon lost its flavour. So when the emperor and his senior palace officials started taking snuff, he asked the palace artisans to come up with an idea for a suitable container, and the snuff bottle was born. Over time, they became the beautiful works of art which you can see today in the Chester Beatty. The first snuff bottle I would like to tell you about is this beautiful one which dates from the early 19th century. It is enamel on gold and ornately decorated, and it is extremely rare. The stopper on top comprises a clock which has an intricate mechanism which could be wound with its key. The sides are decorated with tiny half-seed pearls, and a close inspection shows you the intricate artwork. Ancient Chinese legends say that pearls originate from the moon and believed that they had magical properties. In the last Chinese Qing dynasty, pearl-producing oysters were lifted out of the water at full moon so as to absorb the lunar essence which forms the soul of the pearl. Because of its luster, the pearl has lunar and therefore feminine associations. There are 2 similar snuff bottles in the Palace Museum in Beijing, so it suggests a possible link with the imperial court. The next snuff bottle I would like to show you is this lovely lady. In China, the colour of clothing donated status. As the 3rd wife or concubine wore green, I think our lovely lady may represent a 3rd concubine. Her dress is beautifully decorated, and we can even see the pleats of her skirt. I think she represents a Han Chinese woman because if you look very closely, you will see that her feet are bound. This was a custom of Han Chinese women which was outlawed by the Qing dynasty, but which only finally disappeared in the early 20th century. Hairstyling was one of the more time-consuming activities for women of her status, and you can see that she is decorated with flowers or hairpins with gilt trimmings. Han Chinese women also pierce their ears, and our lovely lady is wearing simple gold earrings and carries a folded fan in her left hand. Before marriage, a Chinese woman had the hairs on her forehead removed to show an attractive open face, and we can see this in her high hairline. So this is why I think she represents a 3rd concubine rather than a 3rd wife. And the next bottle I would like to tell you about is made of amethyst crystal. It's carved in low relief with a rocky winter mountain scene with figures, a small building and a leafless tree. The interior is partly hollowed for holding snuff. The reverse has a lovely inscription. Good lapidary carved bottles shrink real man in bottle. Shu He, hermit, holding jade. And it is signed by the artist Shu He. There are some interesting ideas about the power and influence of amethyst. Throughout history, the special virtue of amethyst was thought to prevent drunkenness and overindulgence. Ancient Greeks and Romans decorated their goblets with amethyst, believing that if they drank wine from an amethyst cup, they wouldn't get drunk. In the past, Catholic bishops also wore amethyst in a ring to protect them from mystical intoxication, and kissing their ring was said to keep others from similar intoxication and help keep them grounded. I hope you will have an opportunity to visit us in the near future, not just to see our lovely snuff bottles, but many more of the beautiful and interesting artworks in the Chester Beatty collection.